So, why indie games fail? Why your game fails, and why is it not your fault? Or it is. I'm gonna begin this video by asking you a question. Have you ever found yourself in a situation of developing a game for a straight year or two, or a bunch of months, investing your soul, putting time, effort, your soul into that game, hoping the game will literally blow up? You're just developing it, working overnight, working tens of hours a day, really investing in your project, making that life project of yours, just to find out that right after you publish it, it got maybe less than 1,000 downloads. It made you less than $50 a month. And I feel for you if it happened to you. It did happen to me too. I always believe that I need to really make the game the way I want, and the more effort and time I put into the game will be better, and just because it's better, there's more chance for it to just instantly have players ready, craving to buy it and download it, but that is not the case. You see, I'm sure you heard a lot of indie game developer stories were just like this. They make a puzzle game, pixel art game. They like a specific game. They make their version of that, like genre match their new game, made a new version, blow a lot of money, time, and effort into that game just to see it crumble. And think about what that is doing to your life. Because if you're already committed to making games on your own, you know the passion of creation, you know how good it feels to make something that's yours, to create, to inspire people with your project, to play it, to live inside the world only you designed as a solo game developer or even as a team. And like that feeling when you make that game, when you see yourself working and suddenly realize hours of your day passed by you didn't even feel, because it just launches the dopamine of you making something and giving something to the world. And that's a game development for you as an indie game developer. At least it is for me. But that feeling is so good, but honestly, game development is not gonna live for a lot of people, because it's hard to make a living out of that. And what it's even harder maybe is to see your project, your life project, getting no attention at all. Now, when I say that it's not your fault completely, here's what I mean by that. If you've already spent years developing your game and it flopped, that doesn't mean that you suck. Really doesn't mean. Because I'm sure you'll gain a tons of experience, improve your coding skills, your game design skills, your art skills, or finding the right art skills, and 100 other small tactics you've learned that have improved your game development overall. And that's not a bad thing, that's actually a plus. But the only thing you find yourself really missing is attention, money, success, and overall blowing up of your game. Now, if it's not your fault, then what it is? If you're a good developer, if you know how to code, know how to make art, know how to put your idea into life, then where are you mistaken? I mean, seriously, you watched all the tutorials, you did everything right, you did everything exactly as these other games in that genre, and you see them getting millions of views and millions of downloads, and your game being in the same genre getting $50 a month. Maybe not even that. Look, it is only because one reason. And that reason is that all this time while you were making your games and being a game developer who has no success at all, you've been making them on the wrong mental blueprint, the wrong mental map. And that map was not installed in your head by your choice. It's subconsciously. It came from all the conditioning, seeing other games and the way they succeed, seeing what other tutorials tell you to make, what other players tell you to make, what goes in the genre, and you just see that indie game succeeded. You wanna have the same situation with your own, so you start, and your brain subconsciously learns these wrong patterns that leave you stuck, leave you depressed, leave you demotivated, leave you feeling that you wanna quit game development because you don't wanna starve, literally, and don't wanna fail. And I feel you, by the way. I'm mad that this happens to a lot of people. Me personally, I've been making games for 7 years now. Haven't really been publishing them. Why? Because for the first few years, I was only learning and developing projects that were like too extremely or too large for me to make at the time, too complicated. I was just pinging at other games and seeing what I could make. Eventually had luck with making Mr. White, this literally the same game as Granny, and just like Mr. White, not completely the same, it's actually a lot worse, but it was fun for some reason. It got millions of views and thousands of downloads. I mean, but really in the past year and a half, I've cracked a simple code, a simple blueprint, the right mental map that I've been using for my games Chuck Nolan Land, and for the game that I made in only a few days, named the Flower Test, I just implemented a bit of these blueprints, and the next thing I saw, Chuck Nolan Land, after 2 or 3 weeks of developing, got me millions of views on YouTube, thousands of downloads on, thousands of subscribers on this channel, got the most famous YouTubers playing it, and the game isn't even that complicated. I'm not some amazing game developer. I use AI in most of my games to help me code faster. Like, I learned coding, I've learned Unity, but I've just maximized on efficiency. Because if you were making your game for a few years, you did a lot of work. A lot of work that I've never even done in my life. But if your game only got a few thousand views, no recognition at all, and my games got played by biggest YouTubers online, it says something. And I don't say that you weren't hardworking enough, you just worked hard on the wrong stuff. You've been lied to. You've been told that if you just overly invest and work on your game, you will get paid off. No, it doesn't work like that in the real world. In the real world, if you work less but apply the right steps and are on the right mental map, your game will get millions of views and thousands of downloads with no single penny or effort invested by you at all. I never put a single dollar into investing any of my games. And I will never put a single dollar into the promotion of my games. Because it's pointless. It is pointless. I've been just doing what really works. All of my games, they self-marketed themselves. They were self-promoting. And no, it doesn't mean they're actually really good. I've just sparked the right attentions and the right curiosity into the viewers and players and the game, and I didn't have to do anything at all. Okay? Now, for the past few months, I weren't really obsessing over the game development because I really wanted to crack the code and design that right mental blueprint that I will be using in every future game I made. But I had to store it somewhere. I had to have the notes, have the video format where I explain it all together so I can hold on to it while I make my game. Okay? And that's exactly what I did and exactly what I finished. I reverse engineered it all. I dove really, really deep. And I laid out all the foundations I've came up with of the right work that I need to do when I make my game to blow up like Chuck did. $0. Not even too much of a coding because of the quality of AI that you can get for free. Okay? So, all of these foundations I will never post here. Never post on YouTube. I don't want to share them ever. You will never see them posted on YouTube. You can only find them right here below inside this link on my digital course that's named Blow Up Your Game. Because I only want you to learn them if you're serious. Okay? If you had enough of doing the wrong work. Like, seriously. I'm some serious game developer. I don't have all high-tech walls. I'm not really in that genre at all. I'm a regular dude who likes to hang out with his friends, who likes to have fun, who doesn't like to spend a lot of time onto making his games. The whole year, I'm talking years and months. I like to make a game in a few weeks and have it blow up. And stack a bunch of them, leave them on Steam, and make a passive income. And the best way for me to do that is to follow the exact mental blueprint that you can find right here inside the Blow Up Your Game course of mine. Look, it's the year 2025. It's clear when you see on the social media of all of these successful young people that you don't really need always to work hard, but to work smart. And look, if by any way or chance the lessons that you learn from my course doesn't apply to your game and you don't dig them, I want you to refund the course. It has a 7-day refund policy, so you can refund it after 7 days, and the whole course actually takes you maybe a couple hours to go through. It's straight information. Because I said, I designed it to help me with my games, but then I realized, hey, why wouldn't I sell it to you guys, and only if you want to learn. So if you want to change your life and your game dev journey overall, and the popularity of your future games, click the link below, hop inside the Blow Up Your Game, and I'll see you on the other side. Because guys, let's stop losing and let's keep winning. The indie games are future. Look at what happened to the guy who made Schedule 1. Millions of dollars. One dude. We have the best possible tools to make games with no money invested at all. Let's just work smart, guys. What are we doing? Okay? See you in the next video.